Welcome to the Josh and Blake Late Night Show.
With your hosts, Josh and Blake. Welcome back to the Auntie Donna
Actually,
podcast.
can we start again? I'm just
God.
that
Hey,
was a throwback.
hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome to the Josh and Blake Late Night Show.
Yeah, we have a secret guest today.
Today on
Hey guys, secret guest here, Harrison Paroz.
episode 2 of season 2 of To Jablins. We've got our good friend
Paroz.
Harrison Paroz. He's back. Last
Yeah.
time we saw him was in. Let's find out. He was in episode
3.
bloody
7.5.
episode 7 in season 1.
Yeah,
Which
Harry,
was,
you are the artist behind
It was
the
2
song.
years ago.
I believe you wrote the song "Bad Guy."
Yeah, Bad Guy by
but-
Harrison Paroz.
Yeah.
Famously.
Would you like to? We could hum that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it starts a little bit like this.
I'll help. I'm the bad. Welcome back to the Josh and Blake Late Night Show.
Thanks so much.
If you haven't been with us,
Yeah.
okay.
So, first of all, at the start of this episode, I'd just like to thank our lovely friend and kind of colleague, Paddy Long, for doing our brand new fancy album cover.
Yeah,
podcast
he was
cover
the artist
photo.
responsible for Bad.
Yeah, he
Anyway,
he
sorry.
also wrote Bad Guy.
He also wrote Bad.
No, he did that really good logo for us, and we really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
so big
But
thanks.
did he-
I thought I'd insert this in the start of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Paddy is
before everyone
really,
turns up.
he's very talented.
Very
Incredible
He's a
talented.
great
dude.
guy.
Hit him up, Paddy Long. He does graphic design. It's his
He also
passion.
does video and
Yeah, he does a whole heap of stuff.
photography and
Yep.
so he's a
Anyway,
very
just sort of put that in before anyone turns up.
He does adult films.
He does. He films his willy in slow
He's
motion.
Willy.
Well, anyone
Slow
can film
motion
their
sounds
willy in
artistic.
slow motion nowadays. Have you guys filmed your... This is a little off topic. Have you guys filmed your penis in slow motion on the slow motion function of your phone?
Of Snapchat.
No,
Oh,
but I
slow
have.
motion.
The proper
like proper
iPhone.
60 frames per second slow motion.
Oh, it's more than 60.
What
it's
would
like 100,
what
it's
is it like
240.
when you like film a cum shot in slow?
Well, I'm really glad you asked, Josh. No,
Sorry.
don't. Okay, we have to start again.
Slams metal bottle.
No,
next to-
I'm really glad that you asked, Josh.
God,
when
it's
you do
peaking much more than I thought it would.
when you do a cum, do you want to listen to it?
Mm.
You might want to listen to it.
Listen to what?
The sound.
Nah, we're good.
All right. When you do a cum,
Let me just bring it back a bit, you know.
Okay.
There we go.
this is all part of the podcasting process.
Yeah.
So when you do a cum, I was waiting for someone to interrupt me again.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have to
No, we're
actually
very
finish that
The
captivated.
thing that's great about this podcast is that I feel like it's almost like we show you like the whole process, but you get a behind the scenes look
Yeah.
at it. It's not structured. It's not. We don't put any planning into this, and that's
No.
actually to improve the audience experience.
You know, it
Yeah.
actually reminds me of when I was recording the hit song Bad Guy. It was a real learning experience for me because I got to see other artists in the studio doing what they do best. And, you know, I'm only a 17-year-old girl, so I don't really have a full scope of understanding of the world yet. But so it was really good to learn in a kind of practical way to learn about my industry. So it was really good.
Are you only 17?
Yeah, I'm only 17.
Oh, fuck.
I
I might go to jail for that.
I grew up. Oh, you bastard. Guys, welcome to the Josh and Blake Late Night Show.
Hello.
If you missed it, I'm Harrison Paroz. I'm a long time listener, first time caller. And I'm just really excited to go along for the journey today.
Harry, would you describe yourself as a comedian?
I absolutely would not.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, never mind then.
Well, you are from the famous comedy group, the Dickwits.
The Dickwits, yeah. Not
the
Dickwits, the
Did you
Dickwits,
recently have a show in Brisbane that was about being drunk or something?
Yeah. So we a few weeks ago, I joined up with a group called the Good Time Boys, who are a Brisbane comedy group. And they put on a production of The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde.
Very wordy, witty play. Except we did it where we all learned our lines separately and didn't rehearse together at all. And then we got drunk and did the show at a bar.
How'd it go?
How's that?
Oh, it was really chaotic, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
It was really good.
And you're Briz famous now. You're
I'm
in the
Brisbane based.
Briz Vegas.
That's as far as I'll say. Of course, my fame has a wider scope.
Yeah.
You may have heard my song "Bad Guy" on Hot FM.
Yeah, I think most 10-minute slots have your song.
Yeah. So commercial radio is really my main forte. But yes, I'm living in Brisbane for the moment. Just trying to kind of figure out where I'm going to go beyond Bad Guy. I had an EP or an album called When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Mm-hmm. That was a smash hit, dare I say. I may be up for a Grammy, which is a very exciting thing. But, you know, being a 17-year-old girl, I still have a lot of room to move. And a lot of room to grow. So
have you met Billie Eilish?
Who?
Billie Eilish. She's a 20-year-old Brisbane man who does gigs and things around the place.
Well, he just sounds irrelevant to who I am as a person.
Difficult.
I saw your Vanity Fair video, like where they asked you the same questions a year later.
Yeah.
Would you say that this is a similar thing?
This is a similar thing.
But this is 2 years later. This
when
is
I
your
was
2 year later.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was on the Josh and Blake late night show the first time, I believe I only had 6 million followers. Now I've got 28 million followers. So you know, it's kind of a humbling experience to realize that only 2 years ago I was in that place.
What's your opinion on mental health, actually?
Oh well, if you've heard my song.
You should see me in a crowd.
Ocean Eyes.
Yeah.
It's like it goes like Ocean Eyes has a line in it that goes, don't kill yourself.
Oh yeah.
Which I think really sums up how I feel about mental health.
How did you write? Where were you when you wrote that line?
I was in a Jeep in the south of France.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, you know what? This is pretty good. I wouldn't kill myself.
Yes.
Because why would you if you're in a Jeep, you know?
Yeah.
I've made it, you know. Not everyone's made it, you know. Well, yeah. But for me, I don't think suicide is the answer.
This episode of the Josh and Blake Late Night Show is sponsored by Jeep. We'd like to thank them for their generous contribution. And
guys, I know I did this bit
to our podcast.
I know I did this bit last time, but do you want to start again?
Not really. I think this is much more successful than the last one we restarted.
Well, anyway,
So
enough about my incredible
Sorry
fame.
to cut you guys off.
You know me as an
sorry,
editor.
Josh.
Sorry to cut you guys off. There is a bit that I prepared earlier for us to do, which is write my suicide note for me.
God. I thought you were going to say there's a bit where I pretend that I'm Billie Eilish, successful 17-year-old American songwriter.
Oh, no, I wouldn't
Did
do
you
that.
say pretend?
Like, I was doing a bit.
Oh.
So, what we're going to do...
Wait.
Righto. Have you guys ever heard of the classic to Javelin's game?
Sorry, before we move on. Today... I was talking to Blake about doing this episode, and he went, I have to think about what we might want to talk about, because we want this season to be less shit.
Why would that be your job?
I did say.
Why would that be your job?
I don't know. It was an offer. It was
Alright.
what they call an olive branch.
Tell me about your stupid game.
Alright, so if you've ever listened to season 1 of the Josh and Blake Late Night Show, you would know that the most classic only game we play is a little game that I came up with called 2 Truths, 1 Fake News, in which all three of us read 3 news headlines, and it's up to the other 2 to decipher whether or not which one of those is a fake news. Harrison Paroz, as our guest, do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Alright, here we go.
These are my 3 headlines.
Anyway, 2 truths, 1 fake news with Josh and Blake and Harry.
Spoiler alert, all of these are true.
That's
okay.
Wait,
cool.
fuck. Wasn't meant to tell you that. No, it's
Alright,
one of them is a lie.
Alright,
Number one. Medicare... Oh, sorry, let me try again. Yep. Medicare rebates for semen. The ins and outs.
Oh, this is just very short.
Number 2.
Okay, cool.
Number 2.
You are already having sex with robots. Number 3. Electrician found dead in roof of Perth home.
I just feel like it's 3. But I also just cannot believe that anyone with a journalism degree would write number 1.
Which one was number 1?
Do you need to hear them again?
Yes, please.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Medicare rebates for semen. The ins and outs. Number 2. You are already having sex with robots.
Okay.
Number 3, electrician found dead in roof of Perth home.
Okay. Could you just read those again?
Stop it. Look, I'm going to throw my vote at number 1.
Yeah, look, number 1's fake, man.
Medicare rebates for semen in the ins and outs.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
You're right. I did make that up.
Nice. That was good though. It's well written.
1 point for.
I always
Josh,
get too cocky.
1
I
point
get
for
too
Blake.
cocky when I play this game.
That's right. It's pretty good though.
Look, sometimes I think you should just stick to what you're good at, man.
Yeah, like writing hit songs.
Like Bad Guy, yeah. You knew where I was going with that.
Yeah, I knew. Alright, Josh's turn.
Yeah. Okay.
This is Josh. For the
Hi, I'm
those
Josh.
who can't tell the voices apart.
I'm going to be able to read... What? You didn't even
You didn't write them down.
No,
You
it's
just-
screenshot.
you just
Look at it.
fucking
Did you prepare for
browsing.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
just got to pick which one he's making up on the spot.
Okay, so ready?
Yeah, number 1.
Number 1. Brazilian military hits ground and air to fight Amazon fires.
Topical.
Number 2. They're all very funny. Free ice cream. $1 million Melbourne man makes...
Alright, you didn't make it through that one.
No. Free ice cream. $1 million Melbourne man makes new charity for lung cancer.
Alright.
Alright, that's pretty good.
Do we want to
That's
hear
pretty
number
good.
3? Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright,
Number
number
3. Has an astronaut committed the first space crime?
Right. So
Okay.
I'm going to vote for number 2.
I'm voting for number 2.
I'm going to put my foot down.
Because I was going to use number 3 as one of my options.
Oh!
Wow, who bros?
It was a great... It looked like a great... It was 4
ABC.
years... It was 4 hours ago on ABC.
No.
So...
So, number 2.
I wanted
is
to
out.
use it. Yeah. Number 2, Melbourne man. Say again.
$1 million Melbourne man ice cream.
Free
lung
ice
cancer.
cream. $1 million Melbourne man makes new charity for lung cancer.
It's really good.
I have voted. I'll vote for that one.
Okay, you guys are both correct.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Considering the fact that just at the end there, I saw it written as
You
a
did,
note
yeah.
on your
You did
phone.
open up a separate app.
Yeah, yeah. You went. Yeah,
Alright.
Here's 2. Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Cool. Blakey. go
Everyone's
for
a
it.
critic.
Blake's are physically written down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's ambiguity, right? Which one? Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Alright, number 1. Pub in Bristol serves otter instead of chicken. Their excuse is ridiculous. That's number 1.
Bit sensationalist.
Number 2. Pub will pay for your headstone if you die taking on 12,000 calorie burger challenge.
Okay.
Number 3. Kellogg's cornflakes. Kellogg's cornflakes' rather rude origin story shocks thousands.
See what? So here's my thought process, right?
Yeah.
Number 2 is definitely a true thing
How come?
because you're not smart enough to think of that.
Yeah.
Oof, that was a bizarre low blow.
Number three is
No,
definitely-
number 2.
Is it 'cause it had
I
a
think I've
number
just
in it?
heard number 2 before.
Yeah. Number 3 is definitely the fake one. Because
I think number 3 is the fake one too.
It says there's a stupid alliteration in it. Could you read number 3 again?
Yeah. Kellogg's cornflakes' rather rude origin story shocks thousands.
Yeah, that
Rather
just sounds.
rude.
But
Rather
also,
rude.
maybe you were going off the sensationalism of what, like of number 1. Maybe number 1 is. Say, can you read number
True.
1 again?
Pub in Bristol serves otter instead of chicken. Their excuse is ridiculous.
Let's raise
Actually-
the stakes a little bit.
Actually,
Raise it. Well,
Raise
you
the
want to put
stakes.
50 in.
If Blake was dumb enough to write that third one, I think that he should commit suicide.
all right.
No, that was just a reference back to the earlier joke. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
you
dumb.
really are going for the suicide jokes.
I don't think it was. Hey, I don't think those are appropriate, man. So
Yep.
You're talking to the.
I'm going number 1.
okay,
So
I'll go
number
number
one's
3.
the lie.
I think number 3 is the lie.
Okay. Number 1 was the lie.
Yes.
So.
Oh, I'm so
Whoever
happy.
wrote it, it's terrible.
It's,
Yeah.
I think. Does that mean we're all a tie? Because we all got 2 right.
Did we?
Yeah.
No, Josh only got 1 right.
I got both.
No,
right.
I got heaps right, man.
You got.
Heaps
Oh
right.
wait, you got 1 right.
I
Yeah,
got-
You lost. We won.
Yeah.
Terry and I tied.
Okay.
That was that. Do you want to hang on? Do we want to talk about what the Kellogg's cornflakes rather rude origin story is?
I know. I can just tell you.
What?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, stop googling it then. No, stop googling it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Wait, Blake has sex positions on his wall.
Does it?
No, they're stretches.
Oh.
It's kind of search right. All right. Stop googling it. I'm going to tell you.
Okay, you tell me, and I'll Google it.
Stop.
Okay, here we
So
go.
okay.
What's
So the origin of Kellogg's cornflakes is that it was created by Dr. Kellogg, who was quite a stern conservative Christian man.
Okay.
And the reason,
I'm following.
and I can't tell you the exact thought process he went through because I don't know if anyone can, but the reason why he released Kellogg's cornflakes into the world was to stop young boys from masturbating.
Oh.
They were like an anti-aphrodisiac as far as they were concerned.
I thought he had a problem with
If
the
boys have Kellogg's cornflakes every day, they will fight the desire.
Nothing kills you more than stiffy, like a bowl of cornflakes.
Nothing. What? Say that again.
Nothing kills you more than stiffy, like a box of cornflakes in the mouth.
Box of cornflakes in the mouth. Yeah, you know what they say.
I thought. No, I'm not even going to comment.
No, go ahead.
No, it's all good.
Alright, okay.
I thought.
But what I want to know
What does
is
the internet
what
say?
I want to know is has Dr. Kellogg's ever filmed himself come in slow motion?
What does the internet say?
I thought Dr. Kellogg's had a problem with the Muslims.
Well, look, the website...
No, I think he did. No, he also did.
The website Mirror isn't loading. Oh, here we go.
That layout. There is a bottle of wine following you
Following
scrolling right now.
Oh man, give Dad a gift he'll love this Father's Day. This
Who's
bottle of wine.
No, alright.
So, John Kellogg, oh my god, an anti-sex campaigner,
Boom!
is believed that eating a bland diet would help sexual urges. Anti-masturbatory morning meal. Is that why you voted for the first one? Because you actually knew the answer to this
Well,
one?
I knew that the third one was real, but I thought you might have just made up a punch. But you might have made up a headline playing off that, but it wasn't an actual headline.
I'm pretty sure the third one is true.
What, Josh? I hate you.
Also, I can back it up. When I was, I think I would eat cornflakes every morning when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
And I never masturbated when I was 8.
Wow. That's phenomenal.
I didn't start masturbating.
Who did masturbate when they were 8?
I didn't start masturbating until I was about 13, and that was because I stopped eating cornflakes. Dad
the cornflakes.
told me to
Yeah,
stop.
what was the first thing you ever masturbated to?
Cornflakes.
Fuck those guys. John Kellogg didn't know what he was doing.
Nah, first
What
thing I ever
about-
masturbated
wait,
to,
what
I was like you know when you flip your body upside down, so your penis dangles over your and you can like lift your own cock. That's what I first masturbated to.
So
It wasn't like I didn't masturbate to that. I did that, and then I masturbated to myself doing that later.
Frosties?
Frosties. It's the sugar-coated cornflakes.
Yeah.
No,
It's
Frosties
the-
is when you come on a cornflake.
That's what I mean. It's the cornflakes for the people who like.
Have you guys ever had a dream where you sucked your own dick?
No, dude, that's reality.
Josh has experienced it.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, I haven't had a dream where I've sucked my own dick, but I
I've
have had a
lots.
dream.
I had multiple.
I have had a
Is
dream.
that weird?
Yeah,
No,
I've had
not
it.
really.
I think it's
You
pretty
know,
normal to have dreams.
I have a book called An Experiment with Time, in which a philosopherian,
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Philosopherian.
philosopherian makes profits, if you will. The concept that that dreams are actually a projection of our future, and dreams are the way our minds are trying to perceive the fourth dimensional aspect of
Yeah,
time.
So
dude,
you
I
think
think if you legit, if you look
2030,
into,
you've got
if you look into the
Self-leisure.
philosophy, if you look into the philosophy of Carl Jung, you'll find that
Jung.
there are in
Jung.
fact no Carl Jung. There are
Cultured swine.
okay, and also Freud talks about it as well. There are in fact
Freud.
Yeah, there are in fact dreams.
I had a dream once where I had a portal gun. You know,
Really?
a portal.
Yeah.
And the first thing I did was point a portal up where my dick would go.
Yeah.
And then I shot another portal where my mouth was, and I could suck my own dick.
I would put it where my bum.
Where my bum.
You just
Bang
go,
bang.
Bang bang.
You need to stand in a really tight alleyway.
Yeah, you would.
Really tight.
I get claustrophobic. I can't fuck unless I'm under the open air.
Under the open.
Yeah.
Under the opens.
Where's the weirdest place that you guys have fucked in the open air?
God.
Josh, I haven't had sex.
What?
How's your week been, Josh?
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, it started off with Harry and I having sex.
No, stop. Okay, boys.
Okay, I'm
what's
sorry.
the best biscuit?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's a good point.
Good point. Mine would be those little that you know when you get an Arnott's assortment, but they're the cream assortments.
Yeah.
It's the ones I can't remember their names. I'm a big fan, but I can't remember the names. Is it Monte Carlo? No, not
Which
them.
one are you talking about?
The ones with the chocolate. Kingston. The ones with the chocolate in the
Yeah.
and the kind of
Yeah,
crumbly.
Kingston's. Yeah.
Mm.
That's
They're the ones I always
they're
loved
probably
as a
up there
kid.
for me,
And
top
in the
five.
Arnott's assortment, there was always like 50 of those shitty like shortbread ones with the cream, and then like 3 Kingstons. And I felt like Kingstons were like diamonds in Minecraft. They were just rare and
Yeah.
had to save them.
Yeah.
And then if everyone else ate the Kingston's, I'd be sad. It's my favourite biscuit. What's yours?
I'm a big fan of Monte Carlos. I don't think they're my favourite though. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Tim Tams.
Mm.
Tim Tams are my favourite. I think my favourite.
Tim Tams are they classified as a biscuit?
Of course they are.
Really?
What would you call them?
Fruit.
Fruit? Yeah, that's fair.
The fruit of Australia's loins.
Can you shut
Boy.
No, what about you, Josh?
So my mum used to make these great cookies. No, she would use cornflakes in them. Like that's not a joke.
I love
they were
cornflakes
called cornflake biscuits.
Yeah, with with honey?
Yeah.
With caramel?
Unfortunately, I stopped eating them at 14.
Yeah.
So I haven't had one in a long time. I wish I could have one right now. Because I keep masturbating in front of my friends.
I hate that we're doing this.
Yeah.
So what's the worst? What's the worst biscuit?
That's a good point.
Not probably the shortbread cream ones that
Fuck off.
No, the thing is I just have. The thing is, I don't really
then.
think that either of those are the best or the worst. But as a kid, getting that Arnott's assortment, it was just there was a lot of the boring
you're confining
ones.
yourself to the
I know, but that's when I think biscuits. I think it's just like I think it's just a thing because childhood association sort of stuff. It's the only biscuits I've really, I think the best biscuits are actually TikToks.
The best ones.
TikToks are great.
Yeah.
TikToks are pretty good.
They're
They
they're
only
better
ever
than Vines.
they only ever point to 10.
No, that's
10
not
o'clock.
true.
No, that's true.
There's a
true.
different time.
No, it's like because they want to show the brand of the clock. So they put it to 10 and 2.
Isn't that? No, that's true though. They're only a one time.
Yeah, that's
No, all TikToks are at a different.
No, that's a fact.
That would
Okay,
be a
alright,
waste of
listeners,
Buy a Rolex.
like or comment
It'll
on
be
this
a
part of the
10
thing, and you'll just if you think TikToks are on different times,
like,
send us an email.
comment.
Oh, Vines. I get it.
No. I meant the biscuits.
No, I know, but then I got your joke just
earlier.
I was like, what the fuck are Vine biscuits?
Cool.
I'm glad we're on this page.
Does Josh know what a TikTok is?
Um,
Let's check in with Josh. Pop culture connoisseur.
You know those videos?
TikTok.
Yeah.
I know that there's a girl from high school that posts very sexual ones on TikTok.
What's
now.
her
Talk about
username?
this?
Her username on
Can you send it
TikTok?
to me?
I think it's like kitty titty chlamydia chlamydia 350. No.
350. I think the thing with biscuits. Oh, hang on. Have you guys tried flips? Here we go.
I guess I have to.
Here's a part of the podcast where we taste new
Are those
foods.
pretzels? What?
Yes, this is flips.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
McVitie's flips. These are pretzels covered with dark chocolate.
Also, I have a question for the audience.
What do we think? Out of
Question
10?
for the audience: have you ever had a biscuit? Leave a comment in below.
In the below. Now, what do we think? Let's take a moment to savor our flips.
They're okay. I'm not that big of a fan of dark chocolate, but this isn't very good dark chocolate either.
No, it's not.
It's actually really bad dark chocolate.
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like someone made these out of spite.
Well, yeah, they're very salty.
Yeah, I'm very salty after those.
I'm refreshed.
Okay.
Alright, now this is the part of the podcast where we transition into a bit of a movie conversation.
Oh, no.
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 Well, Harry, have you seen the new Tarantino?
He hasn't.
No.
flick? Oh, you haven't?
We haven't. We've had this discussion.
Discussion. Oh yeah, I've got a question.
This is the part where we transition out of the
I've
movie
got a
discussion.
question. That was a good movie discussion. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week. No, I've got a question for you, which is, what is the funniest joke that you've ever written? What's the funniest joke you've ever written? I want to hear it.
Look,
and then I'll try and I think I'll say
he'll
the
give
funniest
feedback.
joke I've ever written.
Look,
No, I would just like
I
to share
don't.
the funniest jokes we've ever written because
I don't have one.
Why not?
I've got
Make up one.
You have one. I'll say out of
I'd love to hear it because
I've got two actually.
here's the thing about Harry. Is this is genuine. That's why I'm laughing. Harry's great. I've always found him really funny. He does stand up sometimes. Brilliant. You should see him when he does it. I'd love to get into stand up. And I think that's something Harry and I are going to do in the future. When we get into stand up together. And
There was no insincerity in that. It was just a nice thing for Josh to say, but for some reason he said it with this shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
Also, Harry does music. Catch him in gigs in Brisbane.
Yeah, how can we listen to your tunes? Is this
I'm on Spotify. I've got a song called Certain on Spotify.
Really?
Harrison Paroz. Just look me up.
Is it a new song this year?
It was earlier this year.
Do you still have the old stuff up there?
No.
Took it down?
And so you should, honestly.
Yeah, it was pretty shit.
Go
All right. This is my favorite.
Harry stuff is really good.
This is the best joke I've ever written.
Okay.
And this works. This is a stand-up joke, so it doesn't.
Yeah, here we go. Do you really want to share on this forum?
Yeah, absolutely.
No one's gonna steal it.
So
who listens?
So, guys, I've recently found a weird correlation. I don't know if it's something that's worth even thinking about, but I just wanted to share it with you guys, just see if you'd noticed this. Mm-hmm. I've noticed a real strong correlation between people who say, "Fuck the police, they are dogs," and people who do crimes.
That's
my favorite.
good. I like that.
I like that.
That's all in the delivery. That's
Thank
all
you.
as
Thank
well.
you so much.
So I like that.
Okay, Josh, what's yours?
Okay. This isn't the best, but it's the one that I can remember the best. People always have things that they're offended by, right? And the other day I was talking to this guy, and he was saying to me that if you have racist thoughts or you say racist jokes, that makes you a racist. So my response was, I bet that makes me a child molester then. And he was like, holy shit, do you make jokes about that as well? And I said, no, I fuck children.
I hate that I laughed at that. I really hate that I laughed at that. Hate that you laughed at it more though, Josh.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's a joke that I found recently.
You found it?
Yeah.
On jokes.com. Koshi's joke book.
Yeah, Koshi's
number
joke
7.
Yeah, that's the one Koshi said on Sunrise. No, I wrote a bunch of jokes in 2017, and then I was looking through them, and most of them are really, really bad. And that one, I was like, it's a very joke. It's structured this is a joke.
Yeah.
It's not like telling a story or something.
I don't think I remember. I remember saying something that people laughed at the other day, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. Can I tell you guys I've got another joke.
Yeah,
it's written as a joke book joke, so it's actually one that I if I wrote a joke book, this would be in there.
Yeah.
All right. It's also a family-friendly joke, which I appreciate.
Okay, cool.
So, so there's a postman, and he is just in his daily routine. He gets to the post office in the morning, grabs his sack of mail to deliver. And he notices that there's this one package with an address he'd never seen before. It was an address, and he looked it up, and he found out that it was actually quite far away from his regular route, but that they were the closest post office that delivered to this quite rural area. So he went on his merry way and knew that it would be a little bit longer of a day, considering that he would have to travel for it, but he wasn't too upset. He thought it was just going to be a nice little trip. So he does all his regular route, he leaves it for last so that he has the most time for it. And he goes and jumps on his bike, and he goes out into the what feels like the middle of nowhere. He's kind of going off the beaten path a little bit. And he comes to this kind of a dead stop at the road. The road just ends, and there's a forest directly in front of him. And he kind of looks at this forest and checks his map, and he realizes he has to actually go through this forest to get to the place that he's delivering to. So he starts on his bike, and as he gets a few meters into the forest, he realizes that it just gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and the shrubbery and the foliage is more and more intense, and he realizes he probably isn't going to be able to take his motorbike to the final delivery spot. So he parks it. And he jumps off, and he takes this package in his hands. It's only a small package. So he goes on his merry way, and he's walking through the forest and kind of starting to just take a little bit more time with things as the shrubbery gets thicker and thicker, and there are more branches and vines and just things getting in his way as he's traveling further and further into this forest. He gets so far now that he actually can't see the edge of the forest anymore, and he's just surrounded by trees. And it's getting darker and darker as he gets further and further in, and the sun gets further and further away. And he finally, after what feels like hours, gets to a clearing in the forest, and he checks his map, and he realizes he's quite close to where he's delivering to. There's another dead stop. The forest, the trees disappear, and it's just a swamp, a murky, murky green swamp. and he realizes that the place that he's delivering to is in eyesight now, and it's a small hut that's absolutely surrounded by this murky water. And he realizes that for him to get to the door of that hut, he has to wade through the water. So he starts to go in, and at first it's ankle high, and then it's knee high, and then it's waist high, and he's actually kind of up to his chest in this water at this point, holding the package above him as he wades slowly through the mud so that he doesn't slip up and ruin everything. And he finally gets to the hut, and he comes up on the bank, and he's exhausted, and he's soaking, and he's covered in mud. And he gets to the door of the hut, and he knocks. And he waits, and there's nothing. And he knocks again, and he waits. And he hears a little rustle behind the door, and then the door slowly creaks open. And it's a man who looks at him and looks down at the package. And the postman nervously says, "Hey, I have your package here." And the man says, "Oh, thank you." And he grabs the box and he closes the door.
Oh.
That one's more about the delivery. It's about the delivery.
Yeah, I got that.
It's about the delivery.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, like, if anything, that was just a really captivating story.
It's about the delivery.
Fuck yeah! Got him.
Got him!
Alright, let's go.
Do you have a joke?
Yeah, well, let's go with...
Did you write one?
Well, no, yes. I mean, no. I mean, what's the...
I also have another joke.
Okay.
But I'll wait for Blake.
Oh, wow.
For him to do his joke.
No, I was just trying to look at Koshi's jokes of the day.
Oh,
fuck me. He has them every day?
Of the day.
Yeah, but none of them are actually, like, accessible. He wants you to pay for his jokes of the day.
Oh, really? I thought you meant comedically accessible. They were all about the Taliban or...
That's comedically accessible.
Is it?
Yes.
Alright.
Like, here's one that Koshi no.
Why couldn't I get any cigarette papers in Afghanistan?
Why?
Because there was a Taliban.
Did you make that up?
Just then, yeah.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Can you tell your
No,
other...
I did, genuinely.
Can you tell your other joke, please?
That was great.
That was a really good joke.
Oh,
was
thanks.
really good.
Thanks. This is definitely a punchline joke. This joke, I'm not
jokes
sure
work.
if this might...
That is how jokes work.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget that.
This joke is definitely one that's kind of like... well, I wrote it way back, so I might not even remember it correctly. But it's to do with the concept of... So, like, you know... provisional licenses in Australia, right? Mm-hmm. They're really annoying because you have to have...
for those who are listening. Sorry.
I think that might be part of the setup.
Oh, sorry.
That was my punchline, man.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was going to be like provisional licenses in Australia, P-plates. I'm sorry, that's not the joke.
Okay.
So provisional licenses in Australia,
yeah.
though, everyone knows how annoying they are because you have to be on like a 0 alcohol limit when you drive. So that means like if you've had drinks the night before, even if it was say like 10 hours ago, apparently it lasts for 12 hours, and if you drive the next morning, you can still be pulled up by the police and blow into the breathalyzer and blow positive, maybe lose your license and things like that. So that's really annoying. But apparently this shifts depending on like your body mass, right? So if you're like a bigger adult, not adult, 17, but if you're like a bigger man, then you might only have to wait 8 hours. And if you're like a much smaller girl, then you might have to wait longer, like 14 hours or something like that. It just varies based on that. So that means if you're a baby, you're fucked. Like you should not drink if you're a baby. You would have a great weekend, and you wouldn't be able to make it into work for the next week.
I was not expecting that to make me laugh, and then you pulled it through.
Well,
mate.
you wouldn't be able to make it into work for like the next week. You have one shot of vodka, you'd be out. Your boss would be very upset with you. You know, you wouldn't be able to, which is a shame because it would really help to stop them crying. Like if you could just like fucking won't give it a shot, it'll go to sleep right away.
It would.
You'd have sex with your wife for the first time in months.
Jesus. Oh, talking.
It'd be like,
You
how do
gotta
you get
laugh.
to sleep?
You gotta laugh, Josh.
How do you get to sleep? It's like, great. That's amazing.
All right.
You come back into the room.
Actually, it's interesting you're talking about
You'd
people.
be like, oh, look, he's asleep. It's like, oh, shit.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
We just hurt the audience more.
you gotta remember to cut that out, man. That's gonna kill people.
Yeah, listen.
Funny you talk
The
about
joke
people
on the knock on the microphone.
Yeah.
Which bit?
Just anything that we've been talking.
Okay.
No, so I was thinking today, I don't know why this came to my head,
Okay.
but I was like,
Tell us.
if you wanted to drive drunk,
Why would you want to do that?
well, you wouldn't, but if you wanted to, you could probably just put L plates on.
Could.
And then, A, police never pull over L platers.
Do they never pull over? No.
Very rarely.
Okay.
And then, B,
It'd work best if you had some sort of mop in the back of your car, though. You know,
a mop in
a
the
mop
back
and a
of the car.
spare hat to put in the passenger seat. Because
Well, you could just drive drunk with your friend.
Does your friend look like a dad or a mum? Like an elderly person?
They don't have to be dad or mum.
Elderly.
They just have to be like 23.
Elderly. Like an elderly street kind of guy.
That was a really obscure reference.
I know. That
The
would
two
really,
viewers,
that would
the two
go over
listeners
the
from
head
Singapore.
Thailand, please.
Thailand, sorry.
Our Thai listeners have tuned out.
That's
sorry,
okay.
guys. We'll talk about
You guys realise this
Spices.
podcast is for us.
Yeah.
Because no one listens. So therefore, we should just have fun with it. You know?
I'm going to show you guys a
Just
card
have fun
trick
with it, guys.
on the podcast.
okay.
And you need to
Harry
talk,
has a real pack of cards in his hands.
you need to talk the audience.
Don't know
through-
where you
Oh
got
my
them
god,
from.
dude, that was so impressive. Holy shit. If only
All right.
Alright,
You guys
here we
had
go.
it in
Here's
here.
a podcast. Here's what?
Here's
so,
a podcast.
Here's his podcast.
So I'm going to do
Here's
the
a
trick, and Josh and Blake are actually going to talk you through what I'm visually
Right. Okay, here we go. He's shuffling.
doing.
So it's like,
I think we should sing Red Hot Chili Pepper songs.
yeah.
All right.
He's shuffling that.
I don't know what
Like I did that day, take me to the place I love. Take me all the way.
Alright.
All right.
So he's got his cards in his hand. He split it in deck in half, and now he's fanning them out.
I want you to take any card.
He wants me to take a card. I've taken one just under his right thumb.
Yep. Good. Have a look at it.
Yep.
All right.
Shut the fuck up.
You can show Josh the card.
Just here you go. For the listeners at home, it's the
8 of spades.
and then I'll insert me saying.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Now say stop anywhere you want, Josh. Sorry, Blake. Oh, actually, yeah, Josh. Say stop anywhere you want.
Are you in the business
Stop.
of making this unlistenable? Sorry, he's
Stop.
Alright, so Harry Paroz is not stopping.
All right.
When
I
he's
changed my
dropping
mind.
the cards into
Just
his
put the
hand.
card in anyway.
Okay,
Okay.
I've put
Yeah,
it.
just leave it sticking out for a second.
I don't
Just so
ever
you guys
wanna feel
It really is like it's
So
not.
he's
I'm not
like
faking
I
it.
So he's
did
fanning
that
the card,
day.
and he's
Alright.
put it back in the deck.
Now I'm gonna
Harry,
give you a
stop
deck.
shuffling
fingering
it up
man.
again.
Stop it.
He's shuffling it.
I am fingering
Fucking
my
hell.
name.
Oh,
He's
God.
shuffling the pack.
Always finger me.
All right. Does
And
this
he's
look like
splitting it in half.
look like it's fair?
He's shuffling fairly well.
Can you shuffle?
Can you?
One of you guys want to shuffle? Why are you singing Red Hot Chili Peppers right now?
Shut up!
So annoying. Sing Bad Guy at least.
All the way.
I'm the bad guy. All right, Josh has just shuffled the
Don't look
cards,
on the
so we're
bottom.
actually. Hey.
Don't I said just don't look on the bottom.
Okay, I won't.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, he's Josh has shuffled the cards. He stopped singing. Harry's shuffling.
I want to
Yet again.
All right.
Alright, thanks for listening to the Josh and Blake Late. No, I'm kidding.
This is really
I'm
not.
kidding.
Alright.
This is out the, Josh is standing up.
I'm now gonna make your card rise to
Okay,
the top of the
he's
deck.
gonna make my card rise to the top of the deck.
Ready?
Yep. Here we go. He's clicked.
Your card, the Ace of Spades.
No.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
It was so was the Ace of Spades.
No, it wasn't the Ace of Spades.
I can prove that it's not the Ace of Spades. I never want
So that's okay.
no, that is
Yep.
Take the Ace of Spades in your hand, just flat.
Yep.
And then sandwich it with your other
Sandwich it
hand.
with
Yep.
my hand. I'm sandwiching
I'm
the
gonna
Ace of
try and
Spades.
I'm gonna try and get it out. Okay. So,
Oh no.
Fuck me. Okay.
Yeah.
so remember, Josh shuffled the deck.
Oh my god.
I shuffled the deck.
All right,
Fuck's sake.
Josh, say stop anywhere you want.
Alright, so he's
Stop.
Right
Playing
there. Are you
it.
sure? Quite
Yeah.
low down. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, man.
yeah, he's playing.
What card was in your hand?
I don't
Ace of
ever
spades.
wanna feel.
Oh, what the fuck? You just pulled the ace of spades up.
No.
Alright,
Please.
Okay, wow.
look at the card of my hand.
Absolutely.
Oh, what? Wait, he just got the ace of spades out of my sandwich hands.
How?
Wait, Josh has got a look of fear on his face because
Oh,
Josh
it's
is.
from when you put it down. Oh.
What?
It would have.
How the hell did that work, Josh? Can we see that again?
I'll remind you that you shuffled the deck, Josh.
Wait, that's
you
actually
guys-
crazy.
You guys
Wait,
should have seen that.
This probably wasn't even listenable at all because Josh was singing the whole time.
We can cut
that
it.
was really amazing.
Feel.
Wow,
Thanks
Harry
so much.
Paroz just did a great magic trick.
Thanks so much for coming.
It probably wasn't good podcast.
None of this has been.
Okay,
I've got a
look,
question.
I don't want to jump on your bit, Harry, but do you want to start again?
We can actually start again.
I've got a question though.
I'm kidding. Alright,
Just for all the
Josh,
listeners out there.
yeah.
How do I look?
Oh, flips. Thanks.
Shut up, Josh.
Alright.
All right.
Josh has forgotten how to podcast.
We're gonna start to wrap up the episode now.
So we can do a second one.
Well,
Absolutely not. Are you serious?
no, 45 minutes is nice. Right.
No.
So with our last few minutes,
What
With
do
you.
you want a promo?
Are there any world issues you'd like to
Yeah,
talk
what's
about?
going on?
guys, what I want to know is,
Okay.
Did you hear that Lil Nas X he lost his mixtape? His new mixtape, he lost it.
he
They
dropped it.
found it. Yeah, they found it in Brazil. And it wasn't good for the forest.
What? Because it was fire.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I hate
It's the
that.
best joke I've ever written.
I was going to ask what the deal is with Palestine and Israel.
No. Israel, please. Please.
Israel.
It.
Oh, it's a World War II thing.
Well, I think it all started back with the trade union between Russia and Somalia. They had an unsteady relationship because essentially.
Did they also sing all the way through? Harrison Paroz is leaving the studio.
Oh, I thought you were going. No, I thought you were going to go for a while. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that was I misread the situation.
No, it's
Oh,
okay.
I'm so sorry. There was
I thought Josh was going to be talking about that for quite some
No,
time.
it's all good. There was essentially a trade embargo between Russia and Somalia. But,
Harrison Paroz is yet again leaving
Stop.
the studio.
Sorry, I thought he was going to keep talking.
Okay, cool.
yeah, it resulted in like convections and
Stop.
waves between
Put this
different.
in the bin.
Oh, dude, come on, that's unfair. Look at my
Okay,
hand.
Harrison Paroz is yet again leaving
Oh, don't make it
What
a
happened
thing.
to your hand?
You just put
How?
flakes on it.
You were holding it.
No, you.
Mum, Dad, stop fighting.
Okay.
Alright.
Harrison, how would you sum up season 2 of the Josh and Blake Late Night Show? What do you think of it so far? This
Needs
is
more
episode
Mark
2.
McKenzie.
Oof. Mark, if you're listening, we want you back, baby.
Josh is literally sitting in the back, gargling water
Can I call this episode Josh
Josh
is
ruins
bad
the
at
podcast.
podcast?
Okay, sorry.
The
Harry,
Blake Late Night Show.
Harry,
Like,
Harry, you've been out of school 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't in school. I was homeschooled.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what is it?
I also dropped
boy,
out.
your principal
in your
sucked.
opinion.
Hey.
Sorry, that was rude. That's uncalled for.
In your
Yeah. I
opinion,
I love your parents.
What is in your opinion? What is the biggest difference between being a child and being an adult?
Dick hair.
Dick.
All right. Well,
Dick.
I was about to take this seriously.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I guess
In a
it's
minute.
just-
I don't know.
I think the
What?
the dichotomy of responsibility.
Okay. Sorry. The
The
dichotomy.
dichotomy of responsibility and freedom.
Okay. What does that
That's
mean?
Pub
It's
in
a bit
Bristol
garish.
serves otter instead of chicken. Their excuse is ridiculous.
Wait.
Electrician found dead in roof of Perth home.
Do you guys ever pee and there's 2
Rest in
streams
peace,
and you
though.
don't understand why? And then for some reason you get a little bit of pee on the toilet seat and you're like, fuck, I have to get a bit of toilet paper and wipe it up.
Actually, we do need to quickly discuss that. I think we kind of glossed over the fact that the electrician being found in the roof of the Perth home was a real story.
Yeah. that's
And we laughed at it. Sorry, man.
masturbation,
For any electricians out there,
the ins and outs.
peace.
Semen.
Oi, what's your opinion? If you were born in the 60s, or if you grew up in the 60s, do you think you would have been a hippie?
I'm a hippie now, so...
I mean, look, probably.
Yeah, I would have gone to Woodstock.
Yeah.
What's Woodstock?
Oh my god. The music festival started in 1969.
Is
It's a big deal at the moment because it's the 50-year anniversary.
Really?
They were running out of lumber, so they ordered it all for the winter.
Well, I was going to say, do they ever... Like in the same way that you...
I don't think it's a punchline, my joke.
Is that how you make...
People just groan
is that how you
before
make a
punchline.
timber soup with a bit of Woodstock?
I don't ever want to feel
Hey, that
like I
was
did
equally
that
as
day.
bad as mine.
Take me to the place I love.
You've been listening to the Josh and Blake Late Night
Take me
Show.
all the way.
Thank you very much for tuning into
I don't
episode 2.
wanna
I'm sorry this
feel
was a bit...
I was going to...
Okay,
you jumped into my joke.
You know... Yeah. I don't know how to sign this.
Watch out for that Billie Eilish. She's going to be big one day.
Thanks, Harry.
That's all right.
Also, thanks to our special guest Billie Eilish for being on the show tonight.
No, all
Thank
good.
you. Thank you so much.
All good.
Yep. That's my
Do you
one...
beep that word out?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I think I've said it. I don't think I've said it this whole time.
No, you haven't. Josh is...
For any listeners who think that Gabe should be on next week, please give a like in the comments and subscribe.
Gabe absolutely should not be on next.
Email us. If you have ears and you're hearing this
God.
moment, email us.
Oi, if you're still listening
will
to this
mention
podcast,
the
you
email.
should
Guys,
probably...
I don't know how to tell you this. It's only going to be me.
That's fine.
But I will email you.
Okay.
Oi, this podcast...
If you email it, we'll read it out in the next one.
This
How about
podcast has no purpose.
that? You've been listening to the Josh and Blake Late Night Show. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Harry Paroz. If
We spent a whole
If you want
podcast
more-
talking about podcasts.
okay, hit me up.
I don't ever want to feel
Love you. Thank you.
Wait, if you like chaotic energy, then you've met your match.
like
Come
I
down
did
to-
that day.
Come down to...
I think I've mentioned this before, but Josh is like one of the most measured people I know in real life.
Take me to the
and you
place
put him in front of a microphone.
Wait, I have
and all of a
measured
sudden he's
12
standing
inches.
on a chair. He's standing on a chair in my bedroom. You've been listening to the Josh and Blake Late Night Show.
Did that day.
Question for the audience. Ever sucked your best friend's dick? Give
Let
us a
know
like in the comments.
below.
Tune in next week for episode 3.
Also,
I have.
I've got a joke to finish this off.
Oh, go ahead.
So there was a postman, and he was a big postman. He delivered.
I don't ever want to feel.
Okay.
He delivered to
I'm
Toowoomba.
actually finishing
He
this.
delivered
Like
to Toowoomba
I
in the
did.
Downs region.
Oh, yeah.
And okay, so one day he had a very special delivery.
I'm ending
No,
it.
I want him to write this out.
He had a very special delivery that he had to do. He had to make it all the way to the Forbidden Forest. Now that was on the complete outskirts of town. We now know that as Gowrie Junction. So he took his postage and he went over to the Forbidden Forest. But in his way was a big forest. so he was like, okay, we're gonna figure this one out. So he started walking through this big forest, right? He walked through, and quickly he realized that he couldn't see the edge of the forest anymore. He realized he'd gone into the forest. So meanwhile, back at the forest. No, so he kept walking through the forest. Eventually it got really, really thick. And he thought, thanks for listening to Josh and Blake Late.
Oh, God.